Imagine jumping off your school's rooftop, only to wake up years in the past with your entire family alive again. But here's the catch. You already know exactly how all of them are going to die, and how your own life will be destroyed. Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers, guys, and like this video for part 2. The story opens with Kazuki standing on his school's rooftop, ready to end his life. And somehow, the worst part isn't even that. Instead of trying to save him, the people below start placing bets and recording the whole thing on their phones. He blames himself for his entire family's deaths, says one last goodbye to his parents and his little sister, and steps off the edge. A girl comes running onto the rooftop, begging him to wait. She tries everything to reach him, but she's just a second too late. Right before he hits the ground, everything goes white. Then he wakes up. Instead of the afterlife, he's lying in his own bed. His little sister, Yuzuki, is yelling at him to wake up because it's the day of his high school entrance ceremony. At first, he thinks it's just another dream. But then she casually tells him that mom and dad are waiting downstairs. The second he hears that, he bolts out of his room. When he reaches the dining table, he completely freezes. His entire family is alive. His dad hands him a cup of coffee. Everyone's chatting like it's the most normal morning ever. Meanwhile, Kazuki can't stop crying. His parents assume he's just emotional because it's his first day of high school, but his mind is racing. This shouldn't be possible. To make sure he's not imagining things, he asks what year it is. His mom answers without thinking. It's 2023. That's when it finally hits him. Somehow, after dying, time has rewound to the day of his high school entrance ceremony. His parents get worried and even offer to take him to the hospital, but he brushes it off by saying he just had a terrible nightmare. A nightmare where everyone he loved disappeared. Only, for him, it wasn't a nightmare. It was his reality. And now that he's been given another chance, he silently promises himself one thing. No matter what happens, he's not letting history repeat itself. On the way to school, he can't stop looking at Yuzuki, almost like he's making sure she's really there. Out of nowhere, he tells her not to wander off for the next 100 years, earning an instant, "You're being so cringe today." He doesn't even care. Instead, he hugs her, tells her he loves her, and promises he'll always protect her. Yuzuki immediately calls his siscon level insane, tells him not to say weird stuff at school, but before they split up, she quietly reminds him that if something's bothering him, he can always talk to her. That one line hits way harder knowing what he went through. Standing in front of the school, another memory crashes into his mind. This is the same place where his life eventually fell apart. He looks up at the rooftop where everything ended in his previous life and makes another promise. This time, he's changing the future. Inside Class 1C, everyone is busy introducing themselves and making new friends. That's when he spots someone he recognizes immediately. Amada. In his previous life, the two became close because they were both into manga, anime, light novels, and rom-coms. They were the kind of guys who always rooted for the side characters instead of the main cast. But seeing Amada unlocks another flood of memories. During their second year, Kazuki agreed to help him get together with a girl. He figured if someone like him, basically a background character, could help a friend find happiness, then why not? That single decision became the biggest mistake of his life. Near the end of the school term, he was suddenly accused of secretly filming a girl while she was changing and blackmailing her. Photos taken from his own phone were presented as proof. He denied everything and insisted he'd been framed, but nobody believed him. The girl claimed she'd been threatened. His classmates immediately turned against him. Within days, everyone labeled him a disgusting criminal. And from there, his entire life collapsed. He was bullied every single day. His family got dragged into the scandal. His father lost his job. Rumors spread everywhere. People even blamed his family for unrelated accidents. His little sister became a target at school, and his mother was dragged through the mud alongside him. Eventually, the pressure became too much. In 2025, he climbed onto the same school rooftop and jumped. Back in the present, Amada's voice pulls him out of the flashback as he introduces himself. Kazuki realizes something important. None of that has happened yet. This is still the entrance ceremony. The future that destroyed his life hasn't begun. He also remembers something everyone else overlooked. Amada was never the problem. He was actually a genuinely good guy. The person who would eventually approach him for advice was the same girl who later framed him. As they're talking, Kazuki notices people naturally gathering around Amada, almost like he's the protagonist of a rom-com without even trying. Then another familiar face appears. Tatsuki Yamaoji. The handsome son of a company president and the guy every girl in class has a crush on.